Oh shit, here we go again.
Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about a character that keeps getting his limbs chopped off. Roxxon Oil Company is his sponsor, and he has a robotic tail. And of course, we're talking about Bushmaster, or specifically Bushmaster 2. But to start, Bushmaster is the name of two different supervillains in Marvel Comics. The first was a master criminal, while the second Bushmaster had a long mechanical snake-like tail and bionic arms. Now we'll try to talk mainly about Bushmaster number 2, as number 1 seems fairly cut and dry as far as powers and looks go. Trouble is, they are somewhat a package deal due to the nature of their creation and the fact they are brothers, so both are going to get brought up occasionally. Now the first Bushmaster, John McIver, was first seen in Iron Fist number 15 of September 1977 and was created by Chris Claremont and John Byrne. Now John McIver becomes a crime boss in Europe and later then expands into the United States. While in the United States, he was confronted by Missy Knight, Iron Fist, and Power Man. Now, due to an accident while fighting with Power Man, Bushmaster was transformed into, quote, unliving metal, which eventually caused his death. Now, the second Bushmaster, Quincy McIver, first appeared in Captain America number 310, October 1985, and was created by Mark Grunwald and Paul Neary. Now, as teenagers, John and Quincy grew up together on an island in the Caribbean Sea. Now, years later, John worked for Herb Agrossi as his muscle man in a gun extorting business. John got Quincy in good with Herb to get him a job as well, but Quincy got all 4 limbs chopped off by a motorboat propeller on the very first mission while running from police. The Roxxon Oil Company did the nice thing, however, and used the resources to graft bionic arms to Quincy's body, but then got a little bit overly creative mad scientist and replaced his previously severed legs with a bionic snake tail. Now, John later visits Quincy in the hospital to mock his seriously bad luck, and left for Europe to run some of the gang business there. He then takes the name Bushmaster from his brother. Now, years later, Sidewinder enlists Bushmaster to join the Serpent Society, and Bushmaster was grateful for the friendship and the steady employment. He considered himself to be a freak, and the society was his best chance to have somewhat of a normal life. In fact, he made a friend in Diamondback, who was a society member. In his first mission with the Serpent Society, he was hired by AIM to hunt down MODOK. MODOK, however, severed Bushmaster's artificial appendages, and Diamondback had to step in to save Bushmaster's life. Once again, Bushmaster had all his limbs replaced. Now, after Viper took over the society, Bushmaster remained loyal to Sidewinder. He was poisoned by the Viper, but was then saved by Captain America and Diamondback. In turn, he withdrew from combat against the X-Men in order to repay his debt to her. Now, years later, the first Bushmaster managed to take over the European branch of the crime syndicate that he worked for. As he began to show interest into expanding into the United States, he attracted the attention of the FBI, CIA, and Interpol. New York's district attorney sent Missy Knight under the alias of Maya Corday, where they finally had some type of success. Bushmaster agreed to put a hit out on Iron Fist for a man named Sharif. Discovering this, an enraged Maya used her bionic arm to force Bushmaster to tell her where the hit would occur. Almost immediately, John sent his agents to capture Claire Temple and Noah Bernstein. Bushmaster also summoned Power Man to his mansion at Lake Michigan, where he showed them the videos of the hostages and threatened to kill them if they didn't bring Missy Knight to him. In exchange, Bushmaster offered to give him videotapes provided by a technology user named Gadget. that would prove his innocence for the crimes that Luke Cage was being framed for. Power Man fought Missy Knight, Colleen Wing, and Iron Fist. When Luke Cage was seemingly defeated by Iron Fist, Shades and Comanche reported this to Bushmaster. Now at Seagate Prison, Bushmaster coerced Noah Bernstein into utilizing the, quote, Power Man process on him to an even greater extent than was used on Luke Cage. Power Man, Iron Fist, Missy Knight, and Colleen Wing fought Bushmaster at Seagate Prison, where Bushmaster proved to be more powerful than even Luke Cage. In the course of the battle, Power Man and Bushmaster pierced a chemical vat that were doused in chemicals, which were then electrified by a torn power line. Bushmaster was believed to be killed in the resulting explosion. Now, Bushmaster number 1 had somehow survived, and he was mutating, transforming into some type of unliving metal. While he was capable of still moving, Bushmaster had his agents capture Noah Bernstein's wife, Emma, to force Noah to reverse the process. His agents also captured Power Man and brought him to Seagate to be used as a guinea pig. Now immobile, Bushmaster watched as Noah Bernstein began the process. When Iron Fist arrived and shattered the tank to rescue Power Man, Bushmaster reached for a signal switch to order his men to kill Emma Bernstein, but when he did, his transformation accelerated and left him in an immobile, inert steel form less than an inch from the switch. The only thing left of him was a metal skeleton. Now, Bushmaster's son, Cruz Bushmaster, had his father's remains taken to an island fortress off the coast of St. Croix so that he could have Noah Bernstein resolve the safety issues in the Power Man creation process. Cruz Bushmaster had his father's remains and Luke Cage placed in a chamber to absorb the negative effects of the Power Man process. John Bushmaster, surprisingly, was revived by the energies and took over Cruz's body. John Bushmaster, now in his son's body, goes by the name of Power Master and attacks Luke Cage. Now, Iron Fist had freed Luke Cage from Power Master's grip just in time. Luke Cage then puts a power cable into Power Master, who soaks up the energy like a sponge. Now, Power Master was visibly absorbing way too much energy, and Luke Cage and Iron Fist escaped when Bushmaster's fortress exploded. Now, during the Civil War storyline, Bushmaster is among the villains apprehended by Baron Zemo and forced to join the Thunderbolts. Alyosha Craven later began collecting a zoo of animal-themed superhumans, and Bushmaster is apparently killed by Craven and left face down in the water aboard a sinking ship. Now, somehow, by the magic of wild comic book retcons, several Serpent Society members, including Anaconda, Black Mamba, Cottonmouth, and even Bushmaster, fought the New Avengers. Not bad for someone who was just recently sleeping with the fishes. During the Avengers vs. X-Men storyline, he was seen with the Serpent Society robbing a bank, until they're defeated by Hope Summers. Now, as part of the all-new, all-different Marvel, Bushmaster appears as a member of Viper's Serpent Society, using its name of Serpent Solutions. Now, in the Secret Empire storyline, he and the rest of the Serpent Society are members of the Army of Evil. They attack a woman in the woods, but she is saved by a haggard man wearing a World War II uniform that claims that he is Steve Rogers. In a prelude to the Hunted storyline, several members of the Serpent Society were captured by Kraven the Hunter, Taskmaster, and Black Ant, and forced to participate in a murderous hunt set up by Arcade. Now, Black Mamba, Cottonmouth, Bushmaster, Black Racer, Puff Adder, Rock Python, and Fer de Lance were placed in electric cages to wait for the hunt to commence. Now, as far as powers and abilities go with this character, the first Bushmaster had street fighting skills. He later goes through the same process that gave Luke Cage his powers, which give him superhuman strength and durability. And as Power Master, he can absorb all types of energies. The second Bushmaster was given bionic, prosthetic limbs, and a tail attached through surgery. His long snake-like superhumanly strong bionic tail enables him to move and strike at superhuman speed. He also has two 6-inch fangs strapped to the back of each of his hands. Both are needle-sharp at the tips and contains a fast-acting poison derived from snake venom. Our opinion is that Bushmaster number 1 is your basic villain who thinks he's a hero, but really he's just a villain trope. He really doesn't move the weird O-meter so much, but now his brother, Bushmaster 2, has all the makings of a great weird villain. Regret, desire, sorrow, anger, and a very goonish look that lends itself to the supervillain visualization. All in all, this is a great character. We think he should be higher up on the ladder of success, if you know what I mean. He definitely could be leading his own team. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful night, a great morning, an awesome evening, whichever. Please like, share, and subscribe. We really do appreciate that. Also, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think of this video, as well as maybe write down a character that you would like to see on this channel, and we'll see if we can't make a video for you. As always, Excelsior.
Hello, monkeys.